What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FTI Podcast. Remember, if you like what we do here, go on to the link down below, buymeacoffee.com/fromtheinfield, and help us out. It all helps. I think the lowest denomination you can give is $5. $5 goes a long way when it all adds up. And you can check us out online at fromtheinfield.com and motorsportsohio.com. Definitely, if you want some awesome dirt racing pictures from our resident senior photographer, Chris, he's right there, right in the other box there. Check on over to motorsportsohio.com for some awesome pictures that are for sale. Chris, how was your weekend?
Mine was pretty good. I don't think I did much on Saturday, and then Sunday, went to the races, and then Monday, edited pictures, and then took almost just as long to add them to Facebook as it did to edit off, I think, 500 something, because Facebook really hates large uploads. It was only 2 gigs worth of photos, but I ended up having to upload them 40 at a time, because every time I would try and get all of them to upload, it would just freeze all of Facebook or just not work whatsoever. I have AT&T internet, and it's not the greatest most of the time, but it didn't like that, and our Wi-Fi will cut out every once in a while, and it'll only cut out for like a millisecond. Nothing that like would affect anything else, but for some reason the uploading of pictures on Facebook, at one point I had 300 pictures ready to upload into the album, and then it did its little cutout thing and would not upload those 300, even though they were already ready to post on the Facebook page. So yeah, Facebook is awful.
Jeez. At least you were able to actually go online this weekend. So we went out to Mohican, down yonder to Mohican, and there is no cell phone service at all for T-Mobile customers, and barely anything for Verizon. And the camp-wide Wi-Fi was a damn lie, because there was nothing of the sort. There was Wi-Fi at the main building, but you would have to sit at the at a picnic table or something, or be up at the pavilion to get any decent service or Wi-Fi. And so I just wasn't on my phone at all. I had to look up who won the race on Sunday for IndyCar. That was, how I had to go about that. Had to look it up because I couldn't watch the race live. We weren't even able to go tubing on Saturday because the river was up like 4 feet than what it normally is, and so it was just a angry brown river that was going real fast and real left and right, because it's meandering. It's a river. And then we were actually able to go on Sunday tubing, so that was fun. We did blow up like a inflatable hot dog thing that you used to tow behind a boat, and tied it off to a tree on Saturday, and rode on that in the current, and it garnered quite a bit of a crowd of people. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people? But it was literally like, if you were in a life jacket and you went too far offshore, it would just, you'd put your feet up and it would just carry you away, and then you would have to like jam your feet down to try to get out and then walk out of the current. But it was fun. There was a band on Saturday, a DJ on Sunday, and it was a massive party. It was like going to a racing cavalcade, but at a campground. Like, it's what I wish Mid Ohio was at camping. Like just a big party. I think I drank. So on vacation, I drank almost 3 cases of Twisted Teas, and I think this weekend I drank almost 2 cases. So, it took me 3 days to drink as much as I did almost on vacation.
I was
So
going to
that
say, I think I had messaged you like Saturday to send you something. I was like, either they have no service because I hadn't heard from your wife and your youngest hadn't Snapchatted me a million times.
either they have no service or they don't love me anymore.
Well, it always seems like when you guys do something like that, the youngest gets the phone and one of your phones and sends me Snapchats with every filter within about 0.3 seconds of each other. I don't know how she's so fast.
It's machine gun fire, man.
Because she did it Friday or Saturday, and I was like, Friday or Monday, and I was like, how did she? I just get one notification, and I start clicking through, and it had to have been 15 pictures, all with different filters on it. I'm like, man, she's quick.
Yeah, I don't know how she does it. She's just extremely fast at it.
But yeah,
I'm not that fast.
No. I'll send her one back because I'm like, that's too time consuming. I'll be here for 20 minutes trying to do that.
Yes, as we joke, we are boomer millennials.
Well, the only people I ever Snapchat are you and your wife, and that's because you've both realized that the way to get me to respond
Watch out,
back,
Chris. The cops are coming for you. Was that you? Was that your house?
I don't know. I don't hear anything.
I think it was your house. There's no cops flying down my dead end road.
True. You and your wife have realized that it's the only way to get me to respond because I hate the Snapchat notifications. So yeah, you and your wife are really the only people I ever talk to on Snapchat. But yeah, this weekend of racing, it was obviously we figured it was impossible for you to watch any racing, and I pulled the old phone on the infield tire again this weekend, watching the race, and I have to look so goofy out there with my phone propped up on the tractor tire.
It's not the phone.
Even more goofy with my phone propped up on the tractor tire as I'm standing there staring at it with my camera in hand. Between races, everyone's walking over and looking at my phone to see who's leading or anything like that. So, yeah, I watched the end of the Indy race. I caught standing in the turn 4 entrance there. With my phone propped up on the Armco barrier.
Oh, that's risky.
Looking at that, and then watch the NASCAR race from the tractor tire the whole time with my headphones in and all of that. So, decent racing. I think I called it with Polo securing the championship Saturday. So.
Yeah, I don't even know who qualified first.
Rahal qualified on the pole.
Rahal did again?
Yeah.
Holy moly! How?
Yeah, and he did fairly well.
How's he doing?
They've found some speed in that car. That or they've got that cheated up somehow.
Damn.
But yeah, Rahal had he qualified on the pole. I don't think doesn't look like he finished that well. 12th.
Yeah,
so
I think Sunday, if I'm not done with go-karts, I'm definitely going to, since the race starts at 2:30 p.m. Yippee. I'm definitely going to have an earbud in, listen to IndyCar radio.
Well, one of the problems with the IndyCar is they say the race starts when the pre-show starts.
Yeah, it's
confusing. Gates opened at Wayne County at 2:00 on Sunday. So I was thinking that they didn't really post a time for hot laps or anything. I thought hot laps were going to be like 6:00 like normal. It's Sunday. It's a big race. Maybe they're just trying to get, pits organized early and everything. Well, about 3:00, I realized, no, Gates hot laps start at 5:00 this week, an hour early, but, kind of threw my timing of leaving off for an hour. And, I had to run as soon as the race started. Well, as soon as, NBC said the race started. And I put it on my phone in my little cup holder thing and driving down, and I'm like, oh, it's literally just the pre-race. I could have listened to something else on my way down here, not the pre-race.
You don't want to hear Hinch and them talk for
do
a whole long time.
Hinch did interview the Bus Bros and made them play, I don't know, some game of, what's his favorite food? One of those like couples games, kind of. And that was a little funny, but other than that, no, most of the pre-race shows are a little cringe. But yeah, looking through the what little bit of the race I did get to watch, because I missed the whole middle portion, kind of, just catching up and talking to people at Wayne. At the beginning of the race, Grosjean wrecking out literally lap one. I don't think it was turn one.
That's probably why Marcus Ericsson took his spot.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure he's going to be one of the ones gone.
Yeah, I don't see much potential for him anymore.
No, it's I don't want to go off a tangent yet. So continue talking about the race. We'll talk about silly season in a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, in the race, or with Polo winning that championship, that's Ganassi's 15th IndyCar championship.
Damn. I was really hoping it was going to be Dixon.
Yeah.
Got beat out by his teammate that wanted to leave the team last year.
But now all of a sudden it's probably going to be back.
Yeah. He now with all that championship money that he's won, he can pay off his lawsuit.
Yeah, that money will go straight to lawyers' fees.
And look, McLaren even opened him up a seat.
Yeah. I mean, you got. Yeah, I'll let you go on that tangent.
I don't understand why they let go of Rosenquist, or why they didn't renew his contract. He performed well.
Yeah, he performed great this year.
He performed almost as good as Pato got, I think, a win this year. No,
Arrow McLaren is winless this year.
Yeah, so he's performed just as well as Pato has. And Rossi, they've all performed pretty much on the same level.
Yeah, I want to points wise. Pato in fourth with 461. Rossi ninth.
Rosenquist is all the way down in 12th, but he's had a few accidents or something, or car problems.
I mean, you have Mid-Ohio's taken out first lap 1, turn 5. I did see a point, the post, sorry. IndyCar, it looks like a Facebook group, IndyCar Racing. Alex Palou dominated his 2023 season. Max points through 16 races is the following: 15 races, not including the 500, equals 810 points. Indy 500, 53 points. Indy 500 pole, 12 points. Total of 175 points. After Portland, Alex has 618 points, or 70% of the max points.
That's insane.
I mean, talk about a dominant season right there.
Yeah, and then you have the big thing would be, can Scott Dixon hold on to second place?
Yeah.
To Newgarden. That's got to really suck, because isn't it normally like a good indicator? Well, I mean, Marcus Ericsson didn't do that well last year, and he won the 500. So
yeah,
but to win almost every oval and then still not win the championship. But he also had a few bad races. You know, he got taken out in the Indy GP2. That kind of hurt his championship running. And I mean, that's great for Chip Ganassi Racing to be in, 3 drivers in the top 6.
Oh yeah. I mean, you've got the two powerhouses just represented between Ganassi and Penske, with the lone McLaren sitting there.
Yeah, and then you have the closest 10th place is the highest Andretti Global driver. And then you have Kirkwood right next to him. But then you have Roman down in 13th. And where's Devlin? So all right, I got to scroll down a little bit more here. 21st place.
Which is weird, because I kind of thought he came alive a little bit towards the end of the season to be that low down. With all the trouble we've seen Grosjean in this year, I would have kind of figured their places would have been switched there.
Yeah, I guess Roman got some good places.
He did get some good finishes, yeah.
And I mean, if they're dropping Roman, they gotta drop DeFrancesco.
It's funny. I was playing. So you can see next to me my Xbox steering wheel, computer steering wheel sitting right here. I was playing Forza Motorsports 6, and I was doing the Indy road course, and I took the Devlin line on the last lap so wide on the through turn 1 that I almost clipped the grass into turn 2. But and then it was funny. I'm glad I was home alone when I was playing it, because I kept yelling out like through 6, 7, and 8. I'd take the Chase Elliott line of really clipping the grass, cars halfway through the grass and the S's, and I'm like, oh, took that Chase Elliott line. And I'm like, I'm really glad no one's home to listen to me commentate my own race playing video games.
Yeah, that's like me at work, or when I'm working from home versus working in the office. And something really pisses me off at work, I just kind of have to be quiet, even though I'm in my own office. But at home, I'm just slamming my desk and yelling expletives. And if Josie's home, she comes downstairs like, everything good? No, it's not. Obviously. Yeah. Obviously, it's horrible. But as the silly season goes, there's confirmed at Andretti is Herta, Kirkwood, and Ericsson, with one more seat that's kind of up in the air. Devlin or Devlin's seat. Supposed, you never know. Grosjean could come back. I don't think he's going to. You have Arrow McLaren, you have Pato, Rossi, and Larson confirmed. But who's gonna replace Felix? I'm looking at this. It's autoracing1.com, and they have a silly season page, and there's speculation that David Malukas is a free agent now, since he decided not to renew with who was he for? AJ Foyt?
Yeah, I think so.
AJ Dale Coyne. And so could he end up at Andretti? Could he end up at McLaren? I would hope he ends up at McLaren because he'll probably have a better shot of winning stuff. And plus that he kind of would fit into that younger vibe that McLaren has. And then for Chip Ganassi, we have Linus Lundqvist, Linus, or is it Linus?
I think it's Linus
Lundqvist, Scott Dixon. Still don't know if Palou is going to sign. I mean, it would kind of be weird if he didn't sign. What if Alex Palou just doesn't? He just quits IndyCar after this year.
Yeah, I mean, what's he go do? Whack or something? And
yeah, it was like he just goes and becomes a reserve driver for
Williams or something.
Yeah, some shit team.
It gives up IndyCar championships to be a reserve driver for the lowest ranked F1 team, or goes and drives F2 or something.
I mean, there's only like 2 teams that are fully filled out that have drivers signed, and that's Team Penske, no changes, and then now Meyershank adding Felix Rosenqvist and dropping Pagenaud, which is so strange how poorly designed are these Indy cars that Pagenaud can do a couple flips at Mid-Ohio, but who was it 2 weeks ago that
Ryan Preece.
Yeah, Ryan Preece can do 15 flips.
Well, I think
and end over.
It also has to do with like age and stuff of the drivers, because Kurt Busch bumped the wall last year at Pocono and got a concussion, and it ended his career. I think it's just how concussions kind of work. Just one of those mysteries of, how you recover from it compared to how I recover from it.
So this is a question. If Felix Rosenqvist is now part of Meyershank, if Meyershank returns with Acura to GTP in 2024, could we see Felix Rosenqvist driving at the Rolex?
Possibly. I mean, if he wants to, why not? And I know that was so weird of Mike Shank to say that at Indy when, we were sitting in on that press conference of like, well, if they'll have us back. And it's like, it would be very weird for Acura not to sign you back.
Yeah. And it's weird that it's Acura's decision.
Yeah.
Like, if you're bringing money, who cares?
Yeah. I don't know if it's maybe one of those things where it's like they don't want to announce everything before it's all said and done, or they kind of have an NDA on things, but yeah, I don't know.
And then there's a spot open at Ray Hall Letterman at RLL, and Callum Ilott is up, to possibly leave JHR, could he end up in Jack Harvey's spot? Could Callum Isla end up at Andretti?
They don't call it silly season for no reason.
Everything is. It's so weird how NASCAR silly season is just like, I guess we're gonna change a driver, but
I mean, we can just transition into that of Denny Hamlin re-signs with Joe Gibbs this week. I don't think there was any real question of that. Gibbs doesn't have his grandson waiting in the wings like last year to take over for KFB, so it was really just about ironing things out. But you still have potentially both Colin cars open for next year. AJ Allmendinger isn't sure about racing Cup again next year. He hasn't confirmed yet. And Justin Haley moved over to Rick Ware, so you never know with those. That's an open one. And then we still don't know if Eric Almirola is returning for next year, so the 10 car can be open. So there's still questions there too. Two seasoned veterans in Allmendinger and Almirola not confirming whether they'll be back or not next year.
Didn't one of them race in IndyCar? Oh, it was
Almirola, or
AJ
not Almirola, Allmendinger. Yeah, he was very good, pretty good too.
Could he leave NASCAR and go back to IndyCar?
I don't know if you would.
He hasn't ran since 2013.
I don't know if you could pry AJ Allmendinger away from colleague racing. I think it would be he's going to be one of those people like Kurt Busch announcing his retirement last week, and that he's going to continue with 2311, and he made up 2 job titles that he's made up at 2311. But I kind of think Dinger's going to be like that with colleague.
Being like a driver coach or
strategist. It's kind of his home for the foreseeable future, driving or not driving.
I mean, he is on the older end of drivers.
He's
41.
Which is funny, is that could be considered some of your prime years in NASCAR.
Which is crazy because in F1, which is horrible. I had to say it before you did. 41 is like you're washed up.
Yeah. Which there was the horrible race this weekend, wasn't there?
Was there?
Was it Italy this weekend?
Oh yeah, it was Monza. Which is, so Italian. The track is shaped like a boot.
I saw the one that it's shaped like the hand thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Who won that?
I bet it was a Red Bull.
I'm kidding. I think it was.
How far ahead was Max at the end of the race?
It was Max Verstappen and then Sergio Perez plus 6 seconds behind him.
Figures.
And then Carlos Sainz plus 11 seconds in third. A Leclerc, 2 Ferrari. Well, I mean, that's good for Ferrari. They finished 3rd and 4th. So the closest they were going to finish to the front for their home race. Yeah, Max is. How does he has to have the championship by now?
Yeah, I don't. He could probably sit out the rest of the season, and
I mean he's won most of the season.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's got 364 points.
Who's it? How many does second place have?
219. I'd really love Perez to just come and take it from him.
Yeah,
It's not going
I
to
don't think
happen,
that's happening.
but it'd be great.
So, yeah, on to a more bearable race, the NASCAR race, Southern 500 at Darlington. Like I said, I watched most of this race on my phone as other things were happening. It was, from what I saw, watching it on my phone, listening through my headphones, it wasn't a bad race. Typical theme of this year, almost impossible to pass. A lot of strategy. Well, not even so much strategy in this race. I was listening to Door Bumper Clear, and this is all the teams have broken this down into basically 2 stops per stage in the race, I guess. I mean, so you're looking at 6 pit stops plus stage breaks, so 8 pit stops throughout the day, but they weren't really getting the tire wear that they've had in previous years, where in previous years teams could do a 1 stop per stage and pick up spots and things like that through pit strategy, but I don't know. I think they need to kind of figure something out with this car, not being able to pass without being, a pit road thing, a strategy thing. It's not great.
Yeah, I mean, the races have almost become predictable. And then you have, the manufacturer pit stops and
well, the fun thing about the nice thing Saturday with the way pit stops and things are in NASCAR, unlike IndyCar, well, I mean, you had this problem in IndyCar, but unlike F1 and things like that, and IndyCar for the most part, there's more risk in the NASCAR pit stop. Your job isn't just to change the left rear tire. You're doing the right rear and to the left rear. And, pushing the tire out of the way and this and that, the other. So, Denny qualified on the pole, was running away with, I think, the first and second stage, maybe just the first. It's all a blur. He's running away with it. They pit, and he thinks he has a loose tire. So he has to pit again. His crew chief says they don't see any signs of a loose tire, but that puts him back into the field to never be seen the rest of the race. This was the beginning of this race was really Toyota heavy. Christopher Bell led a ton of laps, and he ends up clipping the wall and bending a toe link, and he was, again, mostly nowhere to be seen the rest of the race. Bell and Hamlin, Bell ended up finishing 23rd and Denny 25th after both having, like, let's see where they after qualifying 1 and 2. So you had Tyler Reddick, the big controversy of this race. Didn't happen till later on in the race, but Tyler Reddick brake checking Ryan Newman to get to pit road because Harvick was about to pit and do an undercut on Reddick, and Reddick tried to pit from the outside lane, slams on his brakes. Ryan Newman spins out, trying to avoid Reddick, and Harvick goes down pit road. The light turned red, meaning pit lane was closed, and Harvick pits anyway, meaning that he has to start at the rear of the field. So we almost witnessed what could have been Kevin Harvick's possible last win. Caused by, and kind of stopped by his competitor who was running in first place. So this wasn't like a midfield pack drama, This was first and second place that this happened to. But yeah, Harvick ends up finishing 7th, Reddick 3rd. You had an issue with Bowman and Suarez. Bowman putting a couple heavy late blocks on Suarez, and Suarez just dumping Bowman into the wall. But I don't know if there might be 2 more people in the field under more pressure than those two. Suarez missing the playoffs, his teammate making it. Alex, I mean, he led a good portion of the year in points, has the injury, and he hasn't had a win since, and hasn't been very relevant since the accident. But yeah, you have Kyle Larson winning his first Southern 500. There was a radioactive clip I saw on TikTok of Cliff Daniels coaching Kyle Larson through like the last 30 laps of the race. And I don't know if you've ever heard some of those clips of Cliff Daniels like coaching Kyle Larson, Cliff Daniels being his crew chief. But I need Cliff Daniels to be like my life coach on a daily basis. I mean, he's calm, he's collected, it's 30 laps to go. He's chasing you, but you have 2/10 on him a lap. You do you. And then you come back 25 to go. You still have a 10th a lap. It's all on him to do it. You be smooth. You're in control. And I mean, it was just, every few laps an update, and just he's got a real soothing voice too. And you're just like, man, I need that on a daily basis.
It's probably very similar to the driver strategist at Haas that was always talking to Mick Schumacher, who was just super calm and, like almost like you got a counselor in there.
I saw this. Larson has the most top 5s of the field this year, but has 6 DNFs.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's like, he's either on it or he's wrecking out. But yeah, that, you had other playoff drivers. You had both RFK cars in the top 6. So playoff
Brad
drivers.
Wasn't on fire this weekend.
Buescher's right rear tire changer caught on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Well, not really. I mean, when they, with the live fuel, the fueling right there, when it spills and a spark from the wheel gun or whatever happens, it'll light it up. It happens multiple times a year.
It's really annoying to me that NASCAR is so about safety that, they recommend photographers who are working pit lane on the cold side to wear a fire suit instead of just getting a better fueling mechanism. No other series has as many fires as NASCAR does from refueling.
Yeah, see, it's the charm.
Why can they not have a stupid hose like IndyCar does? That's easy to fill, and
because you have to
catch fire.
Because it's the I can't even think of the word.
Stupid historic gas can.
Yeah,
it's tradition.
It's part of the strategy of like how much fuel you putting in, because you have this one can is this amount, this, and then you got to switch the cans, and it's not just stick a hose in and
fill the damn car up and go.
But then you lose some of the stuff like fuel strategy races, which have been some of the better races.
You also gain some things like safety.
No one's
on
died.
Pit road.
Until
they do,
the fires go out fairly quickly. I mean, that one on Buescher's car, it seems like they go up and just immediately straight out. I don't think there's enough time because as soon as the driver, takes off, all of that commotion puts those fires out. So, hey, the drivers are wearing fire suits. They're drivers. Crew members are wearing fire suits.
Well, I mean, they obviously they don't have a problem taking away strategy because they went to one lug nut.
But that's also opened up strategy of people
losing the lug nut.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it may have actually opened up strategy more because I mean, before you got 3 of them on good, you were good to go. You lose 2 of them, and yeah, that was a $50,000 fine if it was at the end of the race. But you put 3 lug nuts on, your driver got out of pit lane the fastest, and you won the race.
And now you lose a lug nut,
and 2 of your crew members are gone for a month.
So I have a question. So for the 3 lower series of NASCAR, they still do the 5 lugs. What are they putting on these lug nuts when they're prepping them on pit lane?
Glue.
Is it glue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they just glue them to the wheels.
But I was like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, they just glue them to the wheels. Top 10 of the race, only 2 non-playoff drivers, Chase Elliott and Eric Jones, in the top 10.
Ooh.
Like I had said earlier, you had Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin. Now, Denny Hamlin got some points from stage wins today, but not a very good finish. Let's see who else playoff wise. Oh, Kevin Harvick ends up finishing 19th, and not a good playoff day. Joey Logano 12th, Kyle Busch 11th, and Bubba Wallace ends up finishing 7th, which moved him up in the playoff standings. He went from on the 16th in playoff points to 13th. So he's 1 point below Christopher Bell right now for the playoffs. With Kansas coming up this week, Toyotas have been the fastest cars this year, so I think it's Toyota's race to lose this week. So yeah, under the cut line,
that won't bode well for Bubba Wallace then.
Bubba drives a Toyota.
I thought you said that it was Toyota's race
to lose. Yeah, I mean, but that 2311 has won the last 2-3 races there. Maybe 2. I don't know. They've won the fall race the last 2 years. So, I mean, he won it last year and Kurt the year before. But yeah, under the cut line right now, Bubba, Harvick, Stenhouse, and McDowell. I don't remember who I had on my predictions. 1 second. Oh, Blaney is the other one I had out. So where's he at? He's 9th in points right now. But yeah, we'll see. Kansas this weekend, and like I said, I think it's Toyota's race to lose. But yeah, Larson pretty much locked himself into the next round. Byron's pretty much locked into the next round. So should be an exciting race, and I won't have to watch it at a track because I don't think I'm doing it racing this weekend.
No, you are taking off. Now we'll get into
now we'll get into
this coming week. I'll be shooting what is it, Champ Car at Mid Ohio. Thank goodness, getting back to Mid Ohio.
Now let me tell you something. Let me talk to any aspiring photographers, any aspiring media members. Saturday night at Wayne County, I saw somebody doing media for a team who might have been doing some of the most dangerous, stupid things I have ever seen someone with a camera do. He multiple times was laying in the infield at a dirt track. There's no
What?
inside fence at Wayne County. Multiple times he was laying in the infield. Not, I don't know how many of you have been to Wayne County, but there's like an island on the inside with some of the equipment and then your emergency vehicles and stuff. Not in that little like island area where there was things, I mean, up next to the tractor tires.
That's
multiple times
what?
Was crouched next to the tractor tires. Maybe 3 feet off of the track.
Yeah, because where was this over in 3 and 4, right?
No, this was, well, yes, it was. No. This was 1 and 2, and then the backstretch. He was laying on the ground in the backstretch. The back straight.
That is like the worst spot.
He's being a Sony shooter.
Is this what T-Rev was talking about?
Yeah.
With his comment?
Yeah. I think so. But he is dude. I took a picture and it didn't leave the drafts, but the things he was doing, it was somebody who spent too much time on Instagram trying to get Instagram shots and angles. It was somebody who follows Ignition and Jamie Price and all of these professionals trying to get those shots that these guys do. The people who
now I want to see what his shots turned out like.
Remind me when we get off here, because I don't like to call people out, and I'll send it to you. But we had a couple friends there that we all saw this, and our 2 friends, let me make sure I get their name right. Speedway Action Images, Jim Foose Sr. and Jim Foose Jr. We saw them, and our buddy Joseph Baggett at Baggett Media.
Dirt Baggett,
yeah. We all kind of saw this guy running around and looked at each other like, what's going on? I mean, I've never seen someone not use their brain. Wayne on Sunday was slicked up and fast. It was the Fast series, the capital F, capital or A, Fast series was there. The track was capital F, fast, cap locks fast on Sunday. There was that, I remember 4 or 5 sprint cars went over the bank in turn 2.
Oh, geez.
Trey Jacobs ended up in the cornfield behind the.
Yeah, I saw that. And we had talked about this a few weeks ago. I said, I wonder if anyone's ever gone into the corn. And now we know definitively that it's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure it wasn't the first time.
I got pictures, but by that point, everything was dusty, and I had to crank my ISO up, so it was real grainy, and you know how I am with my pictures. But I've got pictures of him, I don't know, 15 feet in the air,
Ooh,
flipping,
jeez.
and ended up in the cornfield. Multiple ended up behind the banking there. So, I mean, it wasn't like it was a slow track. It wasn't like he was doing this maybe during compacts where it's a little more.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to do
Well, yeah.
it.
We'll do the super stocks where there's only like 5 of them at a time most of the time.
Did they run 2 heats again?
I think so. No, I think they might have only done 1. But I mean, I was standing in the backstretch by one of the going into 3 behind the tractor tires, and I don't remember if it was a late model or a sprint coming right towards me. And I mean, this guy's crouching behind those tires at points. You don't have time to get up and move.
No, I don't crouch unless I'm at like mid Ohio or somewhere
You're
where
behind a
there's
wall and a
like a
fence.
wall or our guardrail, or I'm in a spot where I know that
Real runoff.
yeah, like a car is not going to come over here, because if they do, they've really fucked up. Like a spot that you get enders from.
I mean, I was watching this person most of the night, and I mean, it was pissing me off. I'll be completely honest, because you're not being safe.
No, it makes everyone else look bad.
The first time something happens to you, none of us are getting those again. Even if you signed the waiver, and all of us signed the first time you do that, the tracks are going to think twice about letting people in.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens at all levels.
This guy buying a pit pass, because I don't think he had credentials. I had talked to.
Did he even have a vest on?
No, I'll explain it when we get off here. He did have fluorescent on, but I don't think he had credentials, because I had talked to Pork Chop. Pork Chop knew who he was. But I mean, dude, it was scary the way this guy was.
And nobody stopped him.
I think everyone just kind of let him. If he was going to kill himself, he was going to kill himself.
I can't believe nobody from the track stopped him.
I think he's kind of a known commodity there. And they were just kind of like, we can tell him, but he's not going to do it. So,
I mean, you could ban him from being on the
I was going to say, if he crosses a line, maybe that's what they were trying to do.
Like, that's ridiculous.
It was.
Hopefully, I mean, I say this, but hopefully he's there in a few weeks at the end of September, because I kind of want to see if he tries to pull the same crap.
If we get to see the Fooses again, well, we'll see Joe in 2 weeks at World of Outlaws, so we can.
Oh, would this guy be at Sharon too?
I don't think so. I think he
was it a sprint car team?
I think he was following a 305 team.
Oh, okay.
So, it was something else. I mean, he was really acting like he had a big job to do. Everywhere he was going, he was running around. I first saw him running through the pits to get to the driver's meeting, and I think he was doing video, and he was, oh wow, my camera's not behind me for the first time. He was Sony shooting it up, and I'm like, at first, when I first saw him, I was like, oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. And then they're doing qualifying and heats, and he's somewhat, I don't remember if it was this week or somewhat another time they had saw him. He was laying in between the cars during heats when they're in the infield, laying between the cars trying to get pictures.
What the hell?
Dude, it was, like I said, if you want to do anything like this, even if you just buy a pit pass to go hang out in the pits, use your brain.
Yeah, that's
Eyes and ears alert
so
at all times.
unsafe.
I don't
I
like
mean-
wearing my headphones in the infield because I can't, I feel like I'd lose even that just little bit of hearing that I would have over earplugs or just that little bit of distraction. With the cars being so fast and it's so slicked up Sunday night, which I mean led to some great racing. There was great racing Sunday night. Dude, I don't know. I started shooting with two eyes open because everyone was going everywhere. And this guy's laying under tire, laying next to tires, crouching next to tires. I don't like going in front of the tractor tires.
Yeah, I do it sometimes.
I'll catch myself doing it.
If it's like, I don't like doing it during sprints, just because they get a little crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'll do it if it's like a yellow flag or something, or I'll stand like to the side of them.
Yeah.
Because I know like you can go and stand in front of the ones in turn 1 and 2. I definitely wouldn't in 3 and 4 because there's way less room on that side. You're way closer to the track in 3 and 4 than you are in 1 and 2.
Yeah,
So what made you pick 3 and 4 instead of 1 and 2? 1 and 2 is your jam. Do you just want a different view, or?
While the week before there was all that manglage during especially the late model race. And yeah, I wanted something different. Everything I've done since I think the second event there has been in 1 and 2. So I was like, well, let's switch it up. I had some different ideas because I wanted to shoot down towards the cornfield and the back sponsorship billboard, and then down the front stretch. But yeah, of course I picked the wrong corner and missed cars flying through the air all night.
Every time.
We
are like repellent to accidents unless it's one trying to splash me.
Yeah. I actually had to throw my camera bag in the washing machine from that one.
That was a bad one.
You should see the chunks of dirt I took out of my bag from standing in the turn 4 entrance there. Yeah, and even then, I don't like the turn 4 entrance a lot of times because I'm afraid someone's going to catch a rut in turn 4 and come up over that wall.
Yeah, and then, or you just get hit with a bigger rock or clump of dirt.
Oh, dude, there's that one picture I posted where it's just literally a dirt bath. One of I think it might have been, no, it wasn't Nida. One of them came around and he just threw a wall of dirt at us. And thankfully, always clicking the button, got a picture of that wall of dirt coming at us. But
did Joe meet you and his dad meet you there at the outside of turn 4? And
yeah. Yep. But yeah,
there were no almost vasectomies this time.
No, nope. Not many. This is tying into what I said last week, hoping, but not many all-stars there this weekend. Thinking since they would be in Attica, Friday at Attica was like 6,000 to win. Saturday was 12,000. You think they would, kind of stay in town for 10,000 at Wayne, and we had Connor Morale and Darren Nida, both of which shared my pictures this week. I don't know if you noticed, but that's always exciting to me because I'm just such a nerd when like one of the guys I watch on Flow or whatever every week is sharing our pictures or like DMing me like, hey, I saw this picture you posted. Can you tell me when the rest of them will be up? And then Facebook being Facebook and taking, I think it took me 5 hours to finally get all the pictures uploaded.
That's it. And you're just uploading JPEGs, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I do for Facebook like 70% size or quality. Like I said,
it still takes that long. That is nuts.
500 pictures was 2.75 gigs, I think, or 2.55 gigs. And it did not want to upload. Yeah, it would, like I said, my internet's a little weird. So if I do it from my MacBook over here, it doesn't like it. If I try and do all of them at one time, it'll try and upload all of them at one time and then freak itself out. So what I end up doing is I end up doing like 20 to 40 at a time, and it'll upload those. And I try, because I'm so weird about things, I don't want on the Facebook page 10 posts that say I posted, 40 pictures or something. I just want one post that says, here's the 500 picture album. Because again, I'm weird about those things. So I ended up having to do that because it was my only option. I had tried to add them, 20 at a time to the album, and then I was just going to post the album because that's what I do if I put them on this computer on my PC, because it's hardwired, so I don't have that problem. And I can just, put them in the album and then post the album all at once. But I just ended up having to do it the way I don't like to. It's really just clean. Yeah, it's just really me being weird about things. If you are a Wayne County racer, family member, fan, whatever, and I didn't get a picture of your car, feel free to message us and I will check my things. I just get Kyle knows this. I get so picky and finicky about everything that if I don't like them, it's nothing against you. It's me being picky, and I'll see one little thing on the picture I don't like, and it's like, oh, that goes to the scrap pile.
Yeah, and they're normally very nice pictures, but Chris is very
well, and then there's the problem too. If I did post all of that, I'd end up having to edit 1,000 pictures.
Yeah,
and I ain't got all that time. I got free time, but I don't have all that free time. But wow, we've hit an hour
if you're
already.
if you know we're gonna be at an event and you want pictures done, you can
stop us and talk to us.
Talk to us. We're not out. We're not out of the infield that often, but when we are, stop and talk to us, and maybe one day we need to do like a meetup or something for the few fans we do have, so people can meet us
next year. I mean, hopefully, I really hope Wayne County will have us back, because I think Wayne County has accepted us as their own, and Wayne County has definitely taken over as my home track.
Yeah, just the level of fandom and support that we've garnered from people, fans and drivers at Wayne County, and talking to the photographers that have been there for a while and stuff. They've all kind of, welcomed us to the family there.
Yeah, we've been welcomed with open arms there. So, but yeah,
go ahead.
I was
You
going
go.
to say, if you ever see us, yeah, feel free to talk, because that's a lot of the times I need a little inspiration, you know, of I had, our buddy Daniel had asked me to get a picture for him this weekend. And I mean, you kind of know this about me, is that becomes my only mission. I want to get the picture of the flames in a certain corner. That's what I'm getting, is pictures of the flames. So, yeah, if you see your family's there and it's, hey, I'd love a picture of this car or that car, I'll gladly try and get that picture for you, because I enjoy the challenges of that stuff.
Or
And
even, if I'm there, because Chris doesn't really like taking pictures of people. If you need some driver candids or something, let us know.
you know what the
We'll
funny
take
thing
them.
is?
You took
That
some.
the picture that I was asked to take was
Was
a
it the one
candid.
of the girl on the?
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering that. I was like, Chris
No,
took a
I'm
picture
not
of
a
a person.
weirdo. But
And I
yeah,
was like, and it was a woman.
we also have some stickers still too. So, if you
Yeah, and
see us,
I think I'm gonna actually get some stickers made to put up on the website. Um, some nice some like die cut ones that will eventually put up on the website and have just as another way to support us for a small fee. Uh, and then I'm still working on trying to get T-shirts made or designed, um, so that way, if you guys want to, rep the Ohio Motorsports logo. And also, I still really want to get that I like dirty photos shirt made, because I think that would be absolutely hilarious to have the logo on the front and then I like dirty photos on the back. It's raunchy, but I mean that's racing.
um, so picks for next week, this week, next week, whatever we're gonna
This
call
week.
it. NASCAR. The dogs are getting a little restless, so I gotta. Kansas, 1.5 miles. Like
Man,
I said,
hold on. So you knocked him out this week, last weekend. You both of your picks won. You picked Palou and Larson.
yeah, it's really funny, because I was looking at, and I don't think you've really paid much attention to NASCAR fantasy.
No.
Oh, now mine signed out. I was looking, and I think I was like 300 points ahead of you.
Yeah. I don't think I've been on that in a while.
But
I
yeah,
wish it was easy like Indy
Indy
cars.
cars. Yeah.
Yeah. You just have 4 picks and then you pick the top 3 and then the average speed or
Man,
the highest speed. So much easier.
This week's really, really hard for me to pick, because I think it could be any of the Toyotas.
I'll let you go first.
Do you want me to go for optimistic or realist?
Let's go with realist. It's too late in the season for optimism now.
I'm going to go with MTJ.
All right. I'm going to go with let's go with
I would say Denny Reddick, or Bubba, or Bell. I mean, those four are in the playoffs too.
I'll go with Bell. And then we have IndyCar. IndyCar's last race. It's a damn disappointment.
I hate that it ends so early.
It's not even like fall yet, and they're
and
done.
then what? We've just had 3 weekends in a row. You know, it's like you couldn't.
Didn't we have one off?
Let's see.
Yeah, I think there was one off between.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, it really sucks that it ends so early. Who do I want to pick? I'm gonna go with Dixon.
Let's see. Oh God. I'm gonna go with Scotty Mac.
All right.
Well, y'all, I think that's all we have for this weekend. This week, Chris will be off from racing duties this weekend, and it's his birthday on Saturday.
33 years
He's turning
old.
another 33 years young, folks. So if you're friends with him on Facebook, he's turning 33. He might feel 80, but make sure to wish him a happy birthday on Saturday. I will be out at Mid-Ohio shooting Champ Car.
Watch me turn, I'm gonna do different things for my birthday, and that be like a great event. It's gonna be the best one of the year. Like, you're gonna end up coming home with better shots than anything we got, like coolest stuff. Like,
yeah, it'd be like when I went to Detroit and you were like,
yeah,
really should have went to that. That looked fun. But what's nice is I think it's only supposed to be 73 degrees, so I'm really happy about that.
Yeah,
because it's going to be nice and
it was nice and hot in the infield at Wayne this past weekend.
Yeah, it was a really warm weekend. I was glad we were able to actually go in the river. But yes, so if you are somehow at the Champ Car race, any of you out there, don't know, make sure to say hi if you see me. And make sure to wish Chris a happy birthday on Saturday. I will have to remind myself to do that. But yeah, that's all for today. We'll be back next week. I don't know what day. We're still trying to get back.
I do like kind of this middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday thing, because it gives me some time to prep. So I don't know, maybe keep an eye out midweek for us.
Yeah, Mondays are really hard.
Yeah,
just getting back, especially with the kids back in school, it's a pain.
I don't know that pain.
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
Well,
because I work for
have
school,
children.
So.
You have children.
They're currently like hitting my leg, like, "Hey, I know what time it is." But yeah, see you guys next week. Just keep an eye out for the Facebook post.
All right, guys. See you later.